Hi everyone, my name is Nicollette Gooding. I am a Master's of Social Work student at the University of Toronto, currently completing my practicum with For a Safer Space. Today we'll be discussing what sexual abuse is, the forms it can come in, and what signs to look for. So abuse is often associated with traumatic situations, and it can affect somebody physically, emotionally, or even financially. Sexual abuse can be defined as any sexual act which is unwanted and which has not been consented to. Sexual abuse can affect anyone at any stage in their life, and it can happen within families, friendships, and intimate relationships. It can be carried out by someone you know or even a stranger. Sexual abuse includes sexual assault, which could be touching you in a way that you don't like without your consent, forcing you into sexual activities, using objects violently or in a non-consensual way during sex, sharing sexual stories or photos of you without your consent, forcing you into mimicking pornography, forcing or coercing you to be recorded during sex or while the abuse is taking place. Sexual abuse also includes rape, sexual harassment or the use of sexual or derogatory names in a demeaning manner, and it also includes child sexual abuse or incest. Other forms of sexual abuse include female genital mutilation, forced marriage, trafficking or sexual exploitation, or someone flashing or exposing themselves online or offline. It's really important to remember that sexual abuse is a form of gender-based violence. More than 11 million Canadians have been physically or sexually assaulted since the age of 15. This represents 39% of women and 35% of men, 15 years of age and older in Canada, with the gender difference driven by a much higher prevalence of sexual assault among women than men, 30% versus 8%. This is very important information to remember in addition to physical and financial abuse that were covered in previous videos. To also understand that many forms of abuse are gender-based, resulting in abusers attempting to have power and control over their partner based on their gender. Consent. Sexual consent is where someone agrees by choice to sexual activities and has the ability to make that choice freely. Someone may not have the freedom and capacity to consent if they are scared for their life or safety, or for the life of safety of somebody else, asleep or unconscious, or incapacitated by drugs or alcohol. It's important to know that sexual consent can be given to one type of sexual activity, but not for another. It can be withdrawn at any time during this sexual activity, and it must be given each time the sexual activity occurs. Experiencing abuse can have devastating long-term effects, both emotionally, psychologically, and physically. These effects include depression, anxiety, unexpected or unexplained change in behavior, flashbacks, suicidal thoughts, post-traumatic stress disorder, dissociation. Other effects are sexually transmitted diseases, eating disorders, self-injury and self-harming behavior, and even low self-esteem or confidence. Depending on how recent the events and level of comfort, the abuse can be reported to authorities, especially if the survivor of abuse is underage. Survivors of sexual abuse may also explore options of therapy, such as trauma-focused therapy, cognitive processing therapy, exposure therapy, non-trauma focused therapy, and medication depending on the recommendation of your doctor. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and take care.